All right, I was in the middle of this video and somebody rolled up on me telling me that I couldn't be in my little quiety woodsy area, and I said this isn't a no trespassing area. This doesn't say private property anywhere, otherwise I wouldn't be here. So after a nice conversation, we kind of made buddies and he went on his way. But know your stuff. So here again, I was gonna make a video a couple days ago and I never uploaded it, talking about how to keep all your scriptures and everything that's happening in a good row. One thing's going to happen, that has to happen before that happens. And if somebody says this happened and that this has already happened, what happened with this one up here? And where was this part of the prophecies? Because it's all tied together. One scripture witnesses to another. So always important to know your stuff. I made a video today talking about, I just want to make one quick point. So November 8th is going to be a lunar eclipse. I challenge the ISS right now. If there's algorithms and all that kind of stuff, I want to see what a blood moon looks like on Earth with the shadow of the eclipse while it's happening. Show me either the blood moon while it's eclipsed, because you're not going to see a different light on the moon when it's lit if you're only 250 miles up. And how does that look on the Earth? Show us that. But I guarantee you, you'll never see an eclipse shadow on the Earth, and you'll never see them filming a blood moon. So just a word to the wise. So, but think about when they're bouncing ping pong balls around, how great of an educational video it would be to say, well, look what happened while this was going on, and look what we did. If it happens, I'm going to say, yeah, they're listening. So, because they've never done it before. So, I want to jump into this because it covers a lot of different points. And this is going to deal with people talking about Magog, Christians, and people in the timepiece friendly community in that timepiece land. And I think there's a great deception that's happening with that. I'm not saying it's the great deception as in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, but if you're going into Daniel 11, verse 14 talks about the robbers of my people in the King James who falsify the vision. In every other Bible scripture, you're not going to see it saying robbers. It says the violent among the people falsify the vision. Paraphrasing. So I'm going to show you this also, how if you're going into the Strong's Concordance 6664, and you can kind of go in one direction or the other. If you can find that where it speaks about Jupiter, and then Jupiter means Zeus, and in Hebrew, Jupiter, righteousness, and justice all have the same spelling. But they can't all mean the same thing. So who is that one that's going to bring justice? Jupiter, possibly. The one who sits in the temple, claiming himself to be above all other gods, claiming to be worshipped. But if it's a man, will he be labeled as a type of God-like figure by those who are trying to falsify the vision, if that's what Daniel 11 is talking about? I don't want to add anything to scripture, and I don't want to take anything away. This is just my opinion, and I'm trying to put all these ducks in a row because I've made these videos about how you need to kind of keep everything straight and don't be led into anything. And in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 also, those who rebel, until the rebellion has come to a full, that man of lawlessness won't be revealed. But look where we're going right now. We're going into this voting season just right on the day of I think it's November 11th, which 88, if you know the whole Trump card, how that all goes with the 88 and how that time, that changing of time travel, freezing time, and all the movies they've always used an 88 in some way, it seems. And 11 times 8 is 88, November 11th. So, or November 8th, I mean. So, I've spoken on this in the past. When you're looking at the two beasts in Revelation 13, the second beast has the power to deceive men and to bring the power to bring fire down from heaven. So people that are trying to promote Magog, and I've been on subscribers of these people's channels, and I've said, no, that doesn't make sense. Why would Jesus say, flee from the city and go to the mountains, and you're saying that Magog is coming, which is the opposite in that, saying, well, when they're in the city, their enemies encompass them, and fire rains down from heaven, from God, right? So, here again, that happens in Revelation 20, and then the books are open, for the blessed people. But that means the 1,000-year reign of Christ has already happened. And now I've heard people start talking about that. And it's like, well, no, that can't happen, because that would be saying that when the 1,000-year reign of Christ, those who were beheaded for their faith for not doing what? Taking the mark or worshiping the beast. That's saying that that's already all happened. No. How could you be so blind in thinking that? Here again, let's backtrack. One points to another. If Magog prophecy was in Ezekiel 38:39, the revealing of that comes in Revelation, the revealing. If Magog happens, what has to happen before that? Mystery Babylon in Revelation 18. And the whore that rides on the beast. Why did you wonder at the woman riding on the beast? I will show you. And it goes through that. By the time you get to Revelation 18, what is happening? Because of their works and all the blood of the whole world on their fingertips, which, looking at Team America, what happens with all the wars? What have we got in our hand in all of it, all the time? And what are we doing right now with the whole poking of the bear right now? Funding, giving all of our stuff to them, to those people over there, so they can fight against the bear, giving money to them so they can fight against the bear, yet showing the corruption of themselves while trying to say that they're fighting against the bear. Here again, what were they trying to do? What if they're trying to make America look as Mystery Babylon? Why? Because once Mystery Babylon, America has a problem on its own soil, big time. Now that problem can also go and try to affect somebody else, but fire rains down from heaven. So what I think is going to be happening here could be very soon, might take some time. But I think the lawlessness and the rebellion is going to increase dramatically. And then that revealing of who is going to be sitting in the temple, Jupiter, as in justice, righteousness, and what is justice? Justice is bringing justice on the world. Okay, great. So judgment has to happen with justice. So judgment starts happening against the people that speak out against the law, the laws of the land, I guess you could say, without saying too much here. But there's those organizations out there with their 7 laws, and speaking of Jesus, is against one of their rules, I believe. I'll leave it at that. But what happens after the whole Magog in Revelation 20? Well, that also means that the 1,000-year reign of Christ has happened, and Satan is loose from his pit for a little while to bring the world against the people, the land, that great city. However they could possibly misconstrue it and confuse and deceive the people. And we can see how easily a lot of people can get swayed by patriotism, money, their freedoms of speech, anything that they want, if it's given to them, so that way it all seems like this is all right righteous, right, and just. Justice and Jupiter is spelled the exact same way. Who is Jupiter? Zeus. Who was Zeus? Back in the Greek days, he was the king of the gods, wasn't he? So I'll leave it at that. Just a word of the wise. Hopefully I made a lot more sense than caused any kind of confusion here. It'd just be interesting to see, how this whole midterm thing goes, because I don't understand the midterms other than governors and I guess politicians and a lot of laws they try to get all these crazy votes on. You can see how one commercial speaks on how this is a good idea to vote for, vote no on one, and then, vote yes on one, because they're going to take your money and cause all this problem, and Social Security and Medicare. So, just a word of the wise. I just want to get this out ahead of the game. Like I said, it'd be interesting to see if NASA could film a blood moon while they're spinning around the Earth over and over and over. I mean, how many ping pong balls of water can you possibly play before you guys do something different? Show me the blood moon from the ISS. How about that? You go do your spacewalk, you're walking out there, there's the Earth, look and see the shadow, and let me show you guys the outside of our space station, and then look, there's the moon with the blood color on it. Should be happening for quite some time, I think. So just a word of the wise. God bless.